I am quitting almost everything that has consumed my life, my time, my brain, for the last 4 years. That's what's happening. I've been trying to make this list of things that I've quit before, and I can only come up with a few things. We've got dance, piano, and band. And you might be able to find a through line. I basically made the decision to quit all of those things in order to put more of my time into the things that I really loved and really wanted to pursue, which at that time in my life was sports. So indeed, there is a time to quit. And over the last year and a half, there have been a good number of things that I've wanted to quit, and I've decided that that is okay. In the last 2 months, I've really deeply considered what I want and what makes me happy. And there are a few things that just don't make the cut anymore, that don't make me happy. This is my YouTube channel. If you've been following along, I've been a little MIA recently. So I last uploaded to YouTube 100 days ago today. And today is October 1st, 2021, as I'm recording this, and it was exactly 3 years ago today when I uploaded my first daily vlog. And the intention behind that was to daily vlog for an entire year. And I actually made it to about 100, 108, 110 days, somewhere in there, of daily vlogging. So this is all very cyclical. And now, 6 videos in 9 months. I am severely undershooting my goal of 1 per week for this year, and it's definitely caused me to reevaluate what I should be doing, what makes me happy, what I should really be focusing on. So there's a lot of discomfort that comes along with even just toying with the possibility, even considering quitting something, but there comes a time when you have to make decisions. And over the last 2 months, I've discovered that I'm at that point where it's time to quit. And as I'm sitting here, this is all feeling very dramatic, and that's because it's sad. It's sad to think about or feel like you're giving up on yourself. An idea that's lived in your world for a long time, that's taken up space in your head for years. But yeah, we're there. We're there. So I started YouTube, ironically, to document the process of building a company called Lofty. And I still very, very much believe in the concept behind this company. The idea to connect nonprofits, brands, and creators together so that they can essentially create for a cause, so they can bring to life so many stories that go untold, that are just left kind of sitting in these organizations because they don't have the time or resources to tell these stories. You've got these people with such great talent, and then you've got the financial resources to kind of all bring it together. I still very much believe in that concept. And that's what I think honestly makes it even harder to say that that chapter is over, to basically acknowledge that it's not what I want to do anymore. I've invested a lot of hours and money into this idea, but it's been this process of trying to build this thing over here, and all the while still having to run my production company to make money, to live. And I've never been in a space where I could step back from these other responsibilities. I could never invest my full mind and time into Lofty. And it's 3-4 years later after the conception of the idea, and I recently realized that building a huge SaaS and media company isn't necessarily what I want anymore. It's not the job I want to create for myself, which is hard and weird. It was actually a few weeks ago that I said that out loud for the first time to Aaron, after probably thinking about it for the last year, wondering whether that was the right way forward. So I am quitting Lofty. For those of you who have been around for a while, you know what Lofty is. For many of you who probably have no idea what I'm talking about, consider this video about quitting, when to quit, when to pivot, and how to feel okay about it. What I've learned from this process is that quitting is okay, and sometimes it's actually completely necessary for us to move forward in the right direction. I think you know it's time to quit something when it's no longer the thing that gets you excited. When you dread it instead of looking forward to it. And we have a responsibility to ourselves to check in on that regularly and to design the life we want, because we have that ability to take the time and truly consider what it is that will make us happy. And it's this one phrase that finally did it for me. You owe nothing to your past self and everything to your future self. Quitting is necessary, and for me now, I have felt so much relief. But it's incredibly sad and also very exciting. And having come to that decision, I've felt my life kind of open up in the last few weeks. I feel like I've freed up my mind, and quitting this has led to quitting other things that are not making me happy. I'm quitting almost all of my client work starting this month. That is incredibly exciting. And I'm sorry this title is the slightest bit clickbait, because all of this is to say I'm quitting about 80% of the aspects that have been consuming my time over the last 3 years, and I'm so fucking excited. I'm so thrilled to be able to put that effort and thought and time and brain space into this channel and our community here. I'm basically quitting my day job and going all in on myself, on this, on us. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked to just create here, like way more than 6 videos in 9 months. Just way more videos. Quitting is okay. And what's interesting about this is that 2 weeks ago, I completed a half Ironman. I've been working on my health for a while now, and that's been a whole nother aspect of this journey of discovering what makes me happy. What are my priorities? And health has not been one on my journey as an entrepreneur, and it has to be for me. I lose myself when I'm not active and when I'm not feeling good in that way. So this whole process of coming through what felt like an impossible and emotional decision to not move forward with Lofty has led to all these other discoveries of how I want to design my life. So I got on YouTube to become a peer to the creators that I loved so much and who I wanted to be a part of Lofty when I launched. I wanted to meet people and hear their stories and how they wanted to make a difference in the world. And it's been such a fun experience, and I want to keep doing that. Just here on this channel, I want to keep talking about how people are using their power to change the world. So something that used to seem impossible to me, training for this Ironman. And while I haven't finished that, I'm making progress, and I want to share a little bit of that, this journey with you guys on this channel. It's not at all a health and fitness channel specifically, but I truly believe that health is, or it should be, a main component of our lives as creators and entrepreneurs, modern founders, and just as humans. So I do talk about that a bit on the channel. I'm not going to overwhelm the channel with a lot of Ironman content or anything technical about the sport at all, but more from the perspective of what it means to be human and healthy and feeling good about yourself, and how that can influence your ability to succeed in all other facets of our lives. So that's to come. But there is something about completing that halfway point, that midway point of this kind of larger challenge of completing an Ironman. Even the half Ironman in many points in my life has seemed impossible to even finish that, and seems like an insurmountable task at so many points in my life. So it's really interesting that finishing that has brought about a very clear feeling of freedom, that I can accomplish anything I want to accomplish. And I think that was the moment when I realized, by having this thought that anything is possible, and realized that Lofty is not what I wanted that to be. I didn't want Lofty to be the impossible that I was tackling. But it's been an incredible, incredible chapter. I have learned so much. I have met all of you. I wouldn't be on YouTube if it weren't for those goals that I had with Lofty. So it can be incredibly powerful to pivot. Taking the time to make a decision and then going for it, moving in another direction is okay, even if it means you're quitting. It can be the most powerful to quit something in order to move on and tackle the next thing that's more important to you. That's what I've learned throughout this process. Lofty has served its purpose for me in my life right now. It got me here. Having that goal got me here. It's gotten me some of the best friends I'll ever have in my life just from being a part of this community. And that's been my favorite part of the process. So I'm honestly just stoked to be here and enjoy that aspect of this again. So quitting is okay. Not to be taken lightly, but pivoting is good. What's next?